36.
35.
34.
33.
32.
31.
30.
29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22.
21.
20.
19.
18.
17. 16.
15.
14.
13.
12.
11.
10. 9. 8.
7.
6.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1.
Hey, Rocky, you want to see me pull a show out of my hat? Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
All right. Hey, welcome to the Mouthwash Talk Show, a minty fresh take on politics. And we got the big time tonight. We got U.S. Congress. We got a House of Representatives from the 5th District here. Hey, this is a big deal. It's not every day we get to talk to a candidate that's going to be possibly going to D.C. Excuse me. I got so excited. I can't talk anymore, which is going to make a lot of people happy. But we have a great show for you tonight. And we are going to talk with Raju Chintala. I know you're impressed. I haven't butchered somebody's name. That's awesome for me. I figured it out. I practiced since last Wednesday, so I would get that right. Hey, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna see what's he got because there's like 8 people running for this. And if you'll recall, last time our own Mark Small was in this race when Victoria Sparks came out a couple years ago, and they had 15 in there, and Mark didn't get last, so that was good. It's good for him. But he'll have small talk tonight for us. And then we have the panel here. Tiffany may be a little bit late. We'll see if she can get in. I think Bigfoot got out or something and she had to go chase him down. It's all good. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to play. Oh, I forgot. We got this show on. I feel confident now. This is our 3rd show that we've done together. You remember Cassie Jackson? Well, we've been doing a little pre-recorded interview of topic of her choice. And we're airing that at 8:30 before the Mouthwash show, and that's only on the Chateau de Marseille studio page until we can get her set up to stream that out to her stuff, and you can watch that. We had to go to 8:15 because we did like 32 minutes of discussion, and she interviewed me about the GOP party. So hopefully I won't get thrown out of the party with some of my answers, but you know me. Sometimes I just tell it how it is. That's how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. I'm going to go play the intro to the show that we're doing. So you can catch that and you can go back anytime and watch it. I would suggest you watch our Eyes on Education show. That one turned out pretty good. It's short, only 15 minutes long. You can catch that. So I'm going to play that and then we're going to have Raju Chintala on after this. So stay tuned. So there you go. If you want to get on there and see fireworks, so we really have a pretty decent conversation. So Raju, how are you this evening?
Good, John. Good to be on your show. Good to see you.
Yeah, I mean, you got a professional setup there. You are ready for the U.S. Congress. I mean, I could see you on CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. I can see you on there all explaining it, how it's supposed to go down. So tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and then I'm going to ask you what the heck you're doing what made you want to do that? Get in politics.
Okay, John, my name is Raju Chintala. I'm honored to be here on John Schmidt's show. Let me tell you what my background is. Who is Raju? I'm a proud Hoosier, born and raised in India, moved to USA in 1994, became a Hoosier by choice in 1996. I'm a dedicated family man, speech language pathologist specialized in swallowing disorders, a successful business owner. I became the international senior advisor for the state of Indiana. I bring a wide variety of experience. I'm not a career politician. I never ran for office. In a healthcare, business, hospitality, economic advisor, community leader, political advocate. I'm also treasurer for Hamilton County Republican Party for the last 6 years. I bring a unique perspective to the table in the Congress. No other candidate can bring that. I've been in the Indiana for the last 30 years.
That's well, you know, it really, if you take India and just add a few more letters to it, Indiana, here you are. So it's perfect, makes perfect sense.
You cannot spell Indiana without starting with India.
That's right. So let's do this. I'm curious to let the panel start asking some questions here, and I think you're more than prepared to take them on here. I know Lucy's going to have some liberty-minded questions on, and if she does not work in, well, I'll just let her work in her famous saying, and with her questions about taxes. So I'm going to go ahead and play. We're going to go ahead and play Mark Small Talk, and on the other side of that, we'll bring the panel on, and then we'll get to it.
I'm Mark Small. This is Small Talk. A lot of the people in the Republican Party really want to come down on immigrants and immigration. They think it's a terrible problem. We have the poor southern border and everything, and they can't pass anything through the House of Representatives, even though they kind of committed on a compromise. Put that aside for a moment. You have a right to vote, okay? You have the vote here. What about a major corporation? A major corporation can put a couple of mil into a campaign, and they do that. Big pharma, big oil. A lot of the inflation today, nobody likes to talk about in the Republican Party, is from huge profits going to those corporations because they can do it. How much of an impact does your one vote have? Let's go a little bit further. You want to complain about the porous southern border where all those immigrants are coming in and they're working here and they're taking jobs, they're paying taxes, they really aren't, they can't get benefits, all that. How much control do you think is exerted by those corporations? How many shareholders are from other countries? How much foreign control is there? And I'm not just talking about foreign influence, but foreign control. And when they dump money in politicians' coffers, let's take it one step further, because we have the Boston Tea Party as a founding event. And yet we have a state Republican Party here, Indiana, that's a corporation. I've asked for copies of the bylaws. Nobody will give them to me. I can get the rules and the articles of incorporation online, but if you read those, kind of tells you that the state committee is run by bylaws and you can't get copies of them. And that bothers me. If people want to be genuine in complaining about problems of foreign control or influence or problems from immigration, they need to look at the corporations first. Mark Small Talk.
I think Mark has it in for the corporations. I'm not sure about that, but I think he does.
I do too. Mark and I have something in common once again.
Every once in a while, it's like a broken clock. It's right twice a day. So hey, Brad, how you doing? I hope you noticed that I did put your tuxedo picture in. I'm sure everybody noticed a sharp dressed man on that intro. I've switched your
I did
96 picture out.
I had the yeah, thank you. I had the tux on for a Galentine's Day party. I acted as butler, just helping out the staff. So I got called Jeeves, and I think Carson once. I think that's from Downton Abbey. I was told.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, so, you fit right in there on that one. So
it was a good time though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see you stepping up and volunteering and doing stuff with your kids. That's what Indiana's all about.
It was Galentine's Day. It was like all older ladies.
Oh, Galentine's Day. Oh, okay.
Cucumber sandwiches and stuff, and
that's enough.
The room smelled amazing though. It smelled like tea. So
no, I'm not going to say. I can't say what I was going to say. It's bad. All the old people would help me, which would come after me, which I'm old. So, Lucy, how are you tonight? How's things in Salem, Indiana? It looks like you're in where? What is behind
Actually,
you there?
I changed my background in honor of Raju. This is the Library of Congress. And
Okay.
so hopefully somebody, I've read your bona fides, Raju, on your website, and I'm actually pretty excited about asking you some tough libertarian-minded freedom and liberty type questions.
I warned him, but
I want to
I
find out
warned
if
him.
you also believe that taxation is theft, as I
Oh,
do.
there it is. We got it in early. I would challenge you to work it into another comment later, which is probably not going to be that big a challenge. And then obviously Tiffany's en route. She's doing her best to get here, and we'll bring her on when she comes when she gets here. So we're going to open it up to some questions
Oh, John,
for.
I had a question. Well, with Mark, was he saying that like the corporations are like complicit in the immigration issue?
I don't think
Driving the
that.
bus on it.
I
Yeah,
think
he's
he
really
was.
unhappy with the foreign influence and control.
Yeah, it's like now I would say I would start this thing out with the first question is like I think Raju's probably got a lot of corporate donors, right?
No, zero.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's a softball one. We want to start out easy into this thing. So
I, I
that was
haven't take, I haven't taken any money from corporate donors nor political action committees. Now I am wealthy. I didn't put any money. I did not take any loan from my personal loan.
all right. Well, hey, Lucy likes you already. So that was the easy question. Now, Lucy, your turn.
Well, I do want to dive in on a couple of things, Raju, because I looked at your website. It looks fantastic. Libertarians are aligned in a lot of ways with Republicans. I happen to have 10 kids and 3 grandkids, so I'm on the very, very conservative side. Like your pro-life stance is perfect. I love that, your Second Amendment stance. But there is something that for me was glaringly missing. So I'm going to take the opportunity to ask you now, and that is the Federal Reserve. The heart of the evil that is being done to this country and to every citizen is the debasement of the value of our money. And you are an exceptionally successful businessman. You understand Forex and how we trade currencies. I'm sure you're familiar with BRICS. What would you do if we elect you here in Indiana to go to Washington, D.C., what will you do to take back the constitutional power that is delegated to you in Congress to coin money and regulate the value thereof and take back our money system? That's what I want to know. What are you going to do to protect us from inflation?
That's a very good question. By the way, you don't look like you have 10 children and 3 grandchildren, and I would have never guessed
What
that.
a politician.
Get some
Good
votes
job.
for that one.
Thank you for compliment. I know been here for 30 years. I have several awards from 2 governors and presidential lifetime achievement award for my work. I'm an economic advisor. I understand how the policies work for businesses, how the taxation works international as well as national, how much money we pay, and I say stop stealing from citizens. Government steals a lot of money from from the people. We pay a lot more taxes than what we owe. It requires a large, I mean, you said constitutional. Unfortunately, I don't know if we ever have a majority in the Congress to do any constitutional amendment. It is requires bipartisan work to get the things done in the Congress at this moment for all the work, all the questions, whatever you ask me right now. It is not from one party. It requires Republicans. It requires Democrats. It needs to come together. It requires a major reform and support the small businesses, cut down the taxes, help the small businesses to thrive in the community, because small businesses are the bread and butter in the community. They make 85% of the economic impact in the country. And unfortunately, there are so many regulations that is impacting. Congress is the one who made these regulations that is impacting these small businesses to operate in the communities, and they are paying the price for it.
Yep. So,
I have a follow-up on that, John,
okay,
before you
I
do,
thought
because
you might.
Raju, you have got the speech down, man. I'm actually pulling through. My very best friend in the whole wide world is from India.
Yeah, tell all libertarian to vote for me in primary.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can't endorse anybody, obviously, that's not libertarian, but we'll see how that goes. I can't get in trouble with my own party, just
Spread
like
the
you've
word.
got to
That's all
watch
you can
too.
do.
But here's where it comes down for me. Everything that you said was very cool, bipartisan this and bipartisan that. The problem is that when people in Congress get together, it's usually to collude and scheme against the citizens of the United States. So when I was mentioning, Article 1, Section 8, Paragraph 5 of the Constitution, which I have in front of me, and it says that Congress is supposed to coin money, regulate the value thereof, and of foreign coin, and fix the standard of weights and measures. And then paragraph 6, to provide for the punishment of counterfeiting the securities and current coin of the United States. We were taken over. Those of you who've read The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin or are familiar with his work, which you can see at redpill.org, we were literally taken over by foreign interests.
Yeah.
And ever since 1913, and of course there were presidents like Andrew Jackson who fought the bankers in the 1800s, but ever since 1913, when we got the Federal Reserve Act, and then we also got the Internal Revenue Act, Americans have been stolen from, to the point where what costs a dollar now was literally 1 to 2 pennies 110 years ago. So we have been stolen from. So it's not a matter of bipartisanship and getting everybody to agree and, sing kumbaya. It's really a matter of demanding the strict adherence to the laws that are already in place. And those laws, which I would expect for you to uphold, would be getting Congress to once again have the power of our money, because the Federal Reserve has obviously stolen from us, and to the tune of 32 trillion plus. And secondarily, that was a counterfeiting scheme. Counterfeiting is to take the value of somebody else's money and to make something that's fake in return, which is exactly what the Federal Reserve has done. Could I count on you to call for the prosecution of those who have been stealing from the American people for 110 years?
No, I think I agree on that. And there are a lot of laws we are not implementing, but most of the Congress, when they go, they introduce new regulations on top of that, what we already have. So again, the answer is Congress should prioritize fiscal discipline. They're spending too much money. They're sending too much money to many countries. We are expanding the government every day. We need to curb excessive government spending. We also look at the waste spending that the government spends in many agencies. We also have to have reducing the regulatory burdens for small businesses. That's the main thing. Right now, the businesses are suffering because of the regulations that impact on these businesses. Every congressman introduces a bill that impacts these businesses. We have to work closely with the Federal Reserve Bank, make sure we monitor.
How about we abolish? That's the word you're looking for. Abolish and throw the people in jail who have taken families where in the 1950s, when we were only 40 years into the Federal Reserve debasing our money, in the 1940s and 50s, dad could go to work and mom could stay home and raise the kids and keep a good culture in the country, and they could still eat and have a car,
Yeah,
and a house.
what do you want to replace when you abolish Federal Reserve Bank?
I don't want to replace anything. What I want is to be held to the strict adherence of the Constitution, and for Congress to fulfill its constitutional duty to coin money, to regulate the value thereof, and of foreign coin, and fix the standard weights and measures. I've just quoted Article 1, Section 8, Paragraph 5 of the Constitution, and then going on to Paragraph 6, to provide for the punishment of counterfeiting the securities and current coin of the United States. Now, I can tell you there is something that's very practical that can be used right now, and I'd urge everyone to talk about this, go to the website and share it, and that is for something called gold backs. And here in just a second, I'm going to turn my camera off and I'm going to go get you what I have. I have one gold back, and that is literally um, it is literally incredible technology with money where they've taken a polymer, and John, you can go to gold, search gold backs and maybe put some on the screen. But this is a way we can restore the constitutional value of money. The folks who created gold backs have not only created incredible artwork, but they've created money that is actually made out of gold, and you can carry it
I
around
have
in your
one.
wallet.
I have one of those.
You have one too?
I have one.
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna
like
go. I'm gonna go
hopefully it's
grab
going
mine.
up in value. It's like
I'm
one
sure my wife,
1,000th of an
my
ounce.
wife would love to see that because it's a gold. But
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
You
is.
get her some of this for Christmas. You'll be a hero.
Yeah, again,
Is it like a
back to
Bitcoin?
inflation. I think we have done this in the previously. We went through this inflation many times. I firmly believe in President Reagan's policies. Many of the successful strategy President Reagan has done. We could mirror some of these approaches. What President Reagan has done to get rid of this inflation, done some increase the dollar's value, maintain and stability of the dollar value across the globe, and implement some of the policies, cut down the taxes, help small businesses to grow and thrive in our own communities.
Yeah. Hold
Those
on
are
before I
all
get
great
to you,
words.
Brad. Hold on, Lucy. So are you concerned with BRIC? This is, and we, in 2008, we had, the Russians and China tried to start their own little money thing there and take over buy oil with their little new currency. But BRIC seems to be improved on that. So what do you think about that group that's getting together?
Was that question for me or for Raju?
That was for Raju.
Okay.
The question was.
What did you say again?
Oh, about BRIC, about the other foreign countries getting together to try to undermine the dollar, to possibly take it off of, we buy
Yeah,
oil using U.S. dollar.
the problem is many countries may would like to try different things, but unfortunately, dollar is dollar. It's not going to go away across the world. So many in the past also many countries have tried destabilize dollar value, and they in a particular regions, whenever there is a group of countries they would like to try, but unfortunately they were not successful very much. So I don't see uh, anything big on getting and not successful in that, because we still trade against dollar. We also exchange the currencies across the world against dollar. Every day you see what is the dollar value against other currencies, not anyone else.
Right. Okay,
That
that's a good.
reminds me of how people say, well, how do you go bankrupt? And you say, well, first it happens slowly and then it happens all at once. And I think that's what we're seeing with BRIC and with the value of the US dollar. We have a petrodollar since the 70s, and really a little bit before that. We've been ramroding, if that's a good word, ramrodding.
Ramrodding, yeah,
Yeah,
ramrodding
thank you.
like our roads here in Indianapolis.
I was thinking about that. We have been enforcing US foreign policy and bullying people by forcing them to take their currency, convert it to US dollars, and then buy oil. And so they were only able to buy oil by first converting to US currency, which makes obviously our currency something that is highly desirable and necessary to provide energy to your country. But the problem with that is that people get really tired of us going all over the world and
What
bombing people for no
what
good
do you
No,
reason.
they
say?
don't.
Yes,
People
yes.
love us,
What do you say
Lucy.
about the
Like that's what we're
gold
here for.
reserves? Gold reserves.
I don't think there are any gold reserves. I live just a few miles north of Fort Knox, and they won't let me in to check. So I'm
No, no,
calling
There's good
fraud
reason.
on
I got
them.
a really good
countries
story
have.
about Fort Knox for another time.
Yeah, you
So
hold
I
that
want to
story.
get
But
to
the
Brad.
point
I want to
is,
get to
I can just
Brad, and
imagine
then
like
we'll
Lucy
let
baking
Brad go
cookies.
next.
Like
I,
I
I
could
want
just
to get to
imagine Lucy going
Brad,
up and baked cookies. Be like,
and then I
hey,
got a
can you guys let
question
me in?
from the viewers.
Bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan. And I've been
There you
working
go.
since I was 15 years old. I have multiple clients myself right now, and I do that all with 10 kids. So as Shannon said in the chat, she might have thought that by me wanting women to have the choice to stay home or not, that I was somehow trying to throw shade on working women. No, honey, I am the epitome of a working woman and multiple business owner. But what I would like to share with you is that the only reason that women really lack the choice, because we should all have a choice of what to do in our lives. I mean, libertarians are all about choice, is the fact that right now two people work because one person works to support the US government and the other person works to support the family. So I'll be back
because
with my gold pack.
taxation is
I think
theft.
more
Taxation.
than that. I think more than that. I think 1.5% is supporting the government.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We like that. That's good here. So, Brad, I'm going to let you get in here. Who did I lose? I lost Lucy somehow there.
Oh yeah.
There.
Well, Raju, we were talking a little bit earlier before the show started about, how I said like Hoosier Democrats really aren't like Washington Democrats, and you feel like you are kind of a moderate Republican, which is just it's nice. I feel like we just want to get things done. It doesn't matter who gets credit. It's just the focus on working for the people. And so I appreciated all your answers that kind of focused on small businesses, communities, and one thing that I didn't hear though was immigration and the border. And I only bring this up because every politician that is currently running for an office in the state, well, Jim Banks is like, all of his tweets are about the number one issue for Hoosiers is the border, and we need to do this and we need to do that. And everyone that I've talked to, like just in people in passing about stuff, it's they always talk about inflation. They talk about why things cost as much as they do. It's very in their life kind of an issue. Can you comment on why certain politicians are focusing and saying that this number one issue is the border, and they're being told that apparently by Hoosiers, but I can't find any of them that are really riled up to the point where they're not talking about inflation more, I guess. So can you comment on like why you think they are fixated on that and how they can stop?
Brad, cheers. I hope you still have your Budweiser.
Oh yeah, I'm almost on my second one. So
yeah. That's a good question. As I said, I come from a country. Mahatma Gandhi was born as a leader of the world who did not believe in violence, who did not believe in unhumanitarian. I come from principles of Gandhi principles. I also learned quite a bit from President Reagan's, because I was in high school when President Reagan was president, or maybe less, I think the middle school maybe. When I came here, Mitch Daniels was a governor when I started my volunteer work in the politics. My background with my professional work, I have 2 master's degrees. One master's degree in speech pathology and audiology. There you go. Yeah, you can.
Don't make me go get mine. I only have.
Is that a Willy Wonka ticket?
No, those actually have that much value of gold in them. If it says 25, it's got 25.
Well, this is $1, and it's a single gold back. And what's interesting about them, you'll see across my shoulder here, this is an actual gold back wallet that I got from their website. And the denominations physically increase in size as the amount of gold in them increases. Mike Adams from naturalnews.com. So if you're not already subscribed to naturalnews.com, I definitely recommend that site. Just recently used his lab. He's got a multi-million-dollar lab, including the ability to melt this down, which he did, and he found that the goldbacks had 1.06% value to what's included here. So basically, the creator of the goldback said, we're going to make sure that you're never light on gold. We'll always put a tiny bit extra in there, but they aerosolize the gold. And what you can't see from here, maybe you can see like the black lines on it, is the artwork of this is absolutely exquisite. And they've just released South Dakota. Mine, which I really appreciate, is from Wyoming and is covered in sunflowers and a bison and and the word reverentia. So anyway, this is what I want you to do in Congress right here. I want you to bring back the value of our money.
Actually, India had, when not me, I didn't see that. My grandma used to show some of those coins and also currency, where India also had similarly silver and gold inserted or into that. But anyway, coming back to Brad, I mean, that's a good to see. I think we can get some of those from you, Lucy, when I meet with you next time. Brad, again, coming back to your question, as I said, I come from President Reagan's, Mitch Daniels. When 2002 or 3, I started volunteering when Mitch Daniels was running for governor. I believe the southern border is an issue. I'm a legal immigrant. It took me 16 years to become a citizen. I came to this country in 1994 as a working visa H-1B visa. And then I had to go through all the steps. My first job in Indiana when I moved here in 1996 was in Kokomo. I worked all over 5th District, Kokomo, Marion, Anderson, Alexandria, Muncie, of course, all Fishers, Carmel, Noblesville, and Westfield. I've seen more than 50,000 patients in my last 25 years of experience, mainly old age individuals suffering from speech, swallowing, and cognitive issues, specialized in swallowing disorders, chewing and swallowing disorders. So I understand what the help and humanitarian means. I am here to help people, not based on the politics. I never differentiated patients based on the race or political affiliation, where they come from, what age they are, what kind of problems they have. We always treated every patient in the same way that we treat every patient.
So you would treat like a leftist, like myself, apparently. You would treat a leftist just as good as you treat a Republican.
Lucy and her Goldbacks.
100%. So all of you, John,
that's nice.
if John, Brad, and Lucy, all three of you come to me as a patient, I treat all of you same way. There's no difference.
I'm the closest one to that old age thing that you got there. No, now, Raju, I want to show you this picture. I don't want you to be jealous, okay? Because whenever I can show this picture, that's me in 1979. So, Lucy hijacked the show with her Goldbacks, but whenever I can put that picture out, I can do it.
Oh wait, and Raju, so you had to take, like, as a doctor, like, you have to take like an oath to that you will help the patients, right?
Of course.
Hippocratic oath.
Like, if only like politicians had to take an oath to like an office that like would
they do, Brad. They gotta protect the Constitution.
Everybody
they do take an oath
when they go to office.
You mean that oath to uphold the Constitution? Like Article 1, Section 8, Paragraph 5 and 6?
And domestic cat
If you
people.
go
This is where we are, guys.
If you go to my website,
really?
if you go to my website, my mission is to develop my district, that's a 5th district, and help my constituents. My focus would be on the district and constituent services. My background with healthcare and business and foreign direct investment and economy and jobs and education, being my 2 master's degrees. I believe in a next generation education. I believe in a higher education for next generation. I believe in creating jobs, investing in the small businesses. We have a lot more things to do in the district. I'm not talking about anything outside the district. Last 25 years, I've been listening to same thing. I'm hearing every 4 years, I hear same thing. Balance the budget, reform healthcare, reform immigration, shut the border. We have been hearing for the last several years. Nothing happened. My focus is how to build a best state-of-the-art hospital for veterans in the 5th district. The Marion Veteran Hospital is one of the oldest hospitals in the state of Indiana. That needs a revamp. That can be built as a state-of-the-art hospital for next 150 years for veterans. They don't have to travel other side of the town to go and seek medical intervention like cancer patients, diabetes, orthopedic patients, psychiatric, mental health, PTSD patients. The Marion can, in 5th district, we can build a brand new hospital for veterans. We can have more companies coming into Muncie. Of course, Kokomo already have a lot of companies. Anderson, Marion. We want to compare with Hamilton County. Hamilton County is different than other 5 counties, even though it's a 50% population. How do we grow this? How do we make the schools better across other 5 counties? How do we provide best education for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren? Where is the land of opportunity for our grandchildren and children and to get the jobs?
Yeah. So what I'm hearing here is you're going to use this position to grow the district like a politician's supposed to do. This is very refreshing to hear someone talk this way, because I hear these other politicians, they talk about going out to DC and doing this and doing that. And I've got this Congressman Andre Carson in the seventh here. I've never seen him. Well, maybe once I've seen him here. I don't ever hear him talking about Marion County. I hear him talking about Palestine. I hear him talking about everything but Marion County. It's just very refreshing, Raju, to hear someone talk about their constituents. I really, that gives me a little bit of a goosebumps. But
thank you, John. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I look at it as a congressman, House of Representative, as a representative of the district of all, not one party, not libertarian, not Democrats, not Republican. When I represent all in the Congress. But at the same time, my job is to become the liaison for the state government, local government, township government, provide the resources from federal government, make sure we get the resources that we supposed to get from federal government to the state as well as the district, work with everybody in the district to make sure we make the #1 district in the country.
Yeah, after you get done fixing 5, can you come down to 7 and do that one? So, well,
Raju was like,
I used to live in
Victoria
7.
Sports. She didn't debate anybody last time. She actually refused to debate the Democrat candidate, Janine Lee Lake, I believe, in 2022. And so, do you know if you guys are planning a debate yet, or if
I don't know, Brad. I have no idea. I know there are some speaking events at different locations, but I don't have any information on debate. But again, if I become the candidate as a Republican Party candidate, I would love to debate with the Democratic candidate for November.
I would love to see it.
I will never insult anybody. I will never say no to somebody who wants to come and have a coffee or lunch or talk with me. I will always be available. My cell number, my email address is available when you Google or even on my website.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome to know, and it's refreshing. And it's just when you get to be a freshman or new at this stuff, you have that enthusiasm to do some things, and you see some people that have been there 20, 30 years. I see that complacency there. So I want to get to a question from one of our viewers, and Raju, you'd be surprised. We have some left, right, middle. This is a show that has all sorts on it.
I love it.
We treat people like you treat them. So this is a question from Shannon Sierra. She is this the guy that wants to legalize the cannabis? So you're going to get some questions every once in a while.
I think the question is put it in a wrong way. I'm not the guy to legalize cannabis. I'm the guy who want to federally legalize medical cannabis, medical marijuana, prescription marijuana, not recreational.
So you want to keep the gatekeeper on our bodies and on the things that we ingest. You know what? I'm going to call for the criminalization of broccoli, because broccoli and sulforaphane are so amazing for the human body that broccoli should absolutely be criminalized and only available with a prescription after you get it.
I come from a healthcare background. I've seen thousands of patients dying in a hospice. Some of my patients were more than 100-year-old. I think the oldest patient I had is 108-year-old. I've seen many patients more than 100-year-old. Many of them are 85, 95, 100. I understand. Many people may not understand what they are going through at that age. Anything that can help them to relieve pain before they die, I would do for them.
What about heroin?
That sounds great. Yeah, what about heroin? That sounds great, but the fact of the matter is there are a lot of people, especially in the state of Indiana, where cannabis is not legal like our neighboring states. There are so many people that are self-medicating with marijuana, or in the surrounding states. But here, you can't do that. Now, I don't smoke or drink anything. I'm a total health nut. I want to put that on the record. But I want you to understand.
I have never touched it. I don't smoke.
Yep, me neither.
But I read it.
Here's the problem.
It started using 4,800 years ago.
Oh, it's our entire body has an cannabinoid system. When I breastfed my children, I was making cannabinoids, and that's why we say that babies are milk drunk. Like your body is supposed to be in a symbiotic relationship with
we need
this
to
plant,
eliminate.
and you want to
But
get
Yes.
it.
Raju,
So,
why
so now
not
people are
recreational?
medicating themselves with alcohol.
Yeah, why not recreational?
That
I
way,
feel
yeah, I
like
was getting
people
ready to
are
put that up.
self-medicating, like Lucy said, with
Why don't you
alcohol
want
too.
people to be happy? Why do you
And I
want to
feel like it's more
how they feel?
dangerous.
Any drugs, any recreational that will become addiction for many people when it is easily available. I'm talking about prescription, because if you look at all the pharmacies, many of the drugs that we bring it into the market, whether you look at antidepressant, whether diabetics, whether cancer, whether painkillers and all that, this comes to the rescue of individual healing rather than anything else. I don't
I'd like
want
to
you
point
to,
out
I
that
don't want you to
opiates are
self-prescribe.
produced.
I don't want you to
Opiates are
self-prescribe.
produced. No, I want to
Self-prescribe.
self-subscribe. I want to self-prescribe because, first of all, nobody knows me better, and nobody knows my body better than me. I want to like shout out to all the women who have been misdiagnosed with all kinds of things and given the
Then
wrong drugs because
you're
they
just
trusted their
talking, why
doctor.
do I need to go to the doctor?
No, why do I need to go to the doctor? You know, I need to go to the
Okay.
doctor because there is gatekeeping for money. That's what it's about. So
All right,
here's
here
what I
we
want to
go.
say. We
You
have this
still,
whole thing in
you
Indiana with
still, you
Purdue.
still need
Hold on,
Remember the
hold that.
opiate crisis?
Hold that
That
thought,
was what
everybody.
those
We got
prescriptions got for you.
Tiffany is here, so I'm going to bring her on, and let's get this
Oh,
thing.
well, there is my supporter. There is one Republican.
Hold on a second.
Come
How do
on,
we
Jim.
got this?
You're
You
the right
go
one.
there.
You're the right one.
You
Good job.
go there. I go. Hold on. This is making me dizzy, everybody. Let's see. Left, right, center. Okay, we got it now. You can carry on, folks. Now, we're talking about recreational marijuana. And I mean, if you're going to say that, Brad, why don't we just say heroin and then Lucy, let's go with meth and
Well, no, it's
Legalize
not the
all
same
drugs.
thing though.
Legalize them all.
It's not the same classification at all. And
okay.
I love how at certain points we love the federal government and like, it's like, well, no, we're not going to do it because the federal government says it's this. And then on the same side, it's like, no, the federal government can't tell us what to do. We're a state. We can do what we want. So
Everybody
why can't
likes
we
this.
do what we want?
But hold on a second. That's Holcomb's main reason why he is not legalized in our state, because the federal government has not made it legal. Look at the problems Colorado had with cash because they couldn't run it through the banking system. Now, I think they've obviously worked that out, because I don't know anybody that has a problem having too much cash, but that was a problem. They were, collecting all that cash with no way to run it through the banks because of federal laws.
Right now,
you need to buy gold with it.
Right now, we have 4 sites. All neighbors are selling marijuana: Illinois, Ohio, Michigan. My problem is workforce impacting because of these arrests. People carrying small percentage or small grams of marijuana arrested, they become misdemeanor. It is affecting their career. Some of the younger generation cannot go to college because of this small things. What's happening, I think we can correct it. We can make it federally legalize marijuana for medical marijuana. That will help prescription, which is a more controlled way of distributing this marijuana.
Now, Tiffany,
I
what's the
like
big?
Oh, can I say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to set this up for you. Tiffany would like to go back into selling pharmaceuticals if the marijuana comes back, right?
Well, I don't know. So my thing is that, like, I do agree with what you're saying about medical marijuana. I think one of the things that we have to keep in mind is the impact that marijuana has on forming brains. Legalizing marijuana for recreational means is going to put it in the hands of young people, and we just have to be mindful of that. And it's everything that Raju was saying, impacting our workforce. And I do think that we do have to just consider, the brains of young people. It's your brain, you get one.
The only reason it impacts the workforce is because there are laws that are set to discriminate disproportionately against people with darker skin, which I'm sure you're aware of. Let's talk about what the real issue is, and the real issue is money and control.
Okay,
So if
that's
you
fine.
can keep
That's
people
fine.
from being able to grow it themselves, I mean, I grow broccoli. Why can't I grow cannabis?
Well, if you get
And
seeds, you can grow it. You just take a risk as to whether or not you get busted.
Broccoli
well,
and
and why am
marijuana
I
is not
taking a risk?
same,
You
Lucy.
can do whatever
And
you want in the
Broccoli is
United
not
States of America.
broccoli and
It's
marijuana
just
is not
you're right.
same.
Cannabis is way better
But
for
that's
you.
I
fine.
It's
love
got
this.
complete
Hey,
protein.
Brad,
It's got
let's
all of the
just have a
essential
conversation,
amino
Brad.
acids
I know, right?
and vitamins.
Fantastic.
But you know what this really boils down to is you want to gatekeep what people do with their own bodies. And
Well,
I'm
no,
not
no,
supporting
no,
that.
no,
I
no,
should be
no,
able
no.
to eat
It's
whatever
like
I want.
I think legalized for recreational means my daughter, when she was at high school, she had a couple of kids, a couple of friends, they were smoking the marijuana. And a lot of these kids had gotten addicted, and just what they went through.
They did not get addicted.
Oh
We
boy.
had
Okay,
marijuana
let's
in
reel
every
this one
high
back
school
in.
that I
Okay,
went
You don't want to
to.
call
let's
it
reel
We
this
had
one
it.
back in.
We
Okay.
had it.
We're doing
It's not
some
going away.
marijuana that they
Making
could not
something illegal
function.
does not mean
They
people
could not
can't get access
function.
to it. You
I
can't
think
even
that we
keep
will
people from
completely
having
lose
marijuana
control
in
when we
prison.
legalize for recreational means. I fully support medical marijuana. It helps your veterans. It helps a lot of people who are suffering with pain, people who are taking multiple medications. Hey, night flashes, stuff like that. I really think that
Wait, so if they're already taking medications,
once we explore and understand the medicinal uses of marijuana, I feel like we have a better chance of helping people.
Okay, let me get Raju back in here because he is our guest. Okay, let's treat
It's
him
like
right.
a childish behavior. If you ask a child, don't drink, child will drink. You said, don't touch it, they will touch it. Don't go, they will go. It's like anything you control, anything you prevent something, it's a behavior that they want to test it. They want to try and see what it tastes like, what it looks like. But
but
in
we're
the
not trying to
recent,
get the opiates. Like
in
we're
the
not trying to get like
in the
the
recent studies, it helps PTSD. It also helps the cancer patients. It also helps the pain management for pain patients. When I'm saying a prescription, it controls substance when it's available. People who wants to try, they can go to the doctor, they can get a prescription, they can get it from there. That will help, and that will decrease the use of marijuana in other places because people can easily go to the doctor and try that way.
Yeah. Okay. So we've
And
sort
the
of beat this
GOP gets
marijuana.
its taxes. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, look at the taxing opportunity. You can continue to get money from people. Because if
All
I
right,
can't grow it
Lucy,
in my
we're
backyard
we're
like
going
my
to move on
broccoli,
from this. We
then you
want
can
to
get the
get to.
taxes.
Look at how many businesses we increase. Look at the small businesses. Look at the revenue. Look at how many workforce.
How many times do I have to go to the doctor though? Like,
workforce.
you're saying I'd have to go to the doctor once a month?
Revenue would increase
Okay.
without the
Time out.
intervention of the
Time
government.
out.
That would be better.
Something.
Time out. We're going to move to a different topic because I mean this one was definitely hot, and Tiffany, everything was calm till you got on here. I'm going to put up the
you
Bigfoot
brought it.
picture in a minute. It's like, but that's okay. We need a little liveliness here. So, Raju, we see Congress sort of at a stalemate, and you're one guy out of 435. How would you try to get some people motivated to see it your way? What would be a plan that you have?
I'm a different guy. I have a different background. When I moved here in 1996 to Indianapolis with the 2 suitcases, we came in one car, my wife and myself. We did not know anybody in Indiana. It's a 28 years. Today I know pretty much major elected officials, many of them. I can work with both parties. I have done it. I have worked with the both parties here when I have things to get it done. In order to getting things done, we have to give and take and negotiate. When it comes to the jobs, there are no politics. When it comes to supporting the veterans, advocating for veterans for healthcare access and job opportunities, there should not be any politics. When it comes to helping and supporting small businesses to thrive in our community, there should not be any politics. When it comes to the education of our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, there should not be any politics. This is the message I will tell them. I will work with the both aisles in order to get the things done. I have done it. I bought more than $1 billion invest from India to Indiana as a volunteer work when I started in 2005.
Wow.
I was not paid. I didn't have a job. I was still doing a speech therapy job across Indiana, seeing many patients every day, 13 patients a day. When I go to India on a trips, I used to take unpaid off from my job, pay my own tickets too.
Yep. So it sounds like, hold on, Tiffany. It sounds like you're a hard worker. I mean, that's what, and it sounds like you don't take no for an answer. So Tiffany, go ahead, and now let's.
Yes.
So I know this about Raju, and I don't know if many people do. Along the lines of what he's talking about, being a volunteer, bringing $1 billion investment to the state of Indiana, Raju is a true patriot, and he is a 2-time Sagamore of the Wabash recipient. So that is the highest honor that's awarded to civilians in the state of Indiana, and that is very indicative of one, how leadership sees him, the impact that he's having on our state. So Raju, you want to talk a little bit more about when you won those 2 awards?
Yeah, 2 Sagamore of the Wabash Awards, and also I have a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award from President Biden.
Hey, all right.
The work. There you go, Brad. You can drink another beer. You can celebrate that.
Well, yeah, it's the only thing that's legal.
Yeah. So, in order to do that,
is legal.
In 2005 or 6, when I was looking at what the relationship between Indiana and India, there was not much. India is one of the most powerful country. Now it's one of the most populated country in the world. Even it beat, I think, China now. The trade-wise, economic-wise, workforce-wise, India is better than any other country. And we did not have any relationship when I looked at in 2004-5. I think hardly there was a less than 100 million trade going on. In the last 16, 18 years, the work which we have done, myself taking delegation, Mayor Ballard was the first mayor to go to India. Before that, Secretary of State Todd Rokita went to India in 2006. After that, 2010, Mayor Ballard went to India. After that, Governor Holcomb, again, Ballard went to India in 2013. Governor Holcomb, Mayor Brainerd, Mayor Linhope from Columbus, all these delegations, including IU president, Purdue president, these matters building the relationship across the other side of the world. And today, I can proudly say we have more than 10 companies invested in Indiana from India. We have more than 6,500 jobs commitment from Indian companies in Indiana. We have more than $1 billion investments in Indiana from Indian companies. Now the trade has surpassed $1.3 billion, that exports and imports together. That's the work I have done in the last 18 years on my own, putting my own money, putting my own time. And that's the reason when Governor Pence was there, he gave me Sagamore of the Wabash Award. And one of the largest company which I bought to old airport. If you look at the old airport, it looks nice now with the beautiful buildings and all that. The old airport parking lot used to be not looking nice. Now it looks beautiful. The company Infosys is building their only campus in the America.
And I live I'm about a mile away from there, Raju, so I see it daily. And it is a beautiful building.
3,000 jobs, John. 3,000 jobs.
And Raju's a volunteer. He's a speech therapist or audiologist. I mean, he's a volunteer.
So it seems like there's people running for this thing, but how are you getting your message out? Because I've seen you around. I've talked to you, probably shaking your hand a couple times, but I didn't know that actually you're too good to be on this show, to tell you the truth. We don't have this many award winners on here. I mean, other than Lucy, but we have, so how are you getting your message out other than great shows like the Mouthwash Show?
Thank you again. I love to have it on this, and I know we've seen each other many times, and love to be on your show. But our message is very simple. I am Raju. I'm for you. I've been doing a coffee with Raju in 11 cities. I'm the only candidate who travels 11 cities in a week. Marion, Gas City, Muncie, Yorktown, Anderson, Fishers, Noblesville, Westfield, and Carmel, and Kokomo and Tipton. 11 cities. I travel every week. I meet people at coffee shops. I love to visit small businesses. I love to help visiting schools, chamber of commerces, meeting elected officials, It's nothing new for me meeting with the mayors and elected officials. I always loved meeting with the people and learning different people, whether they're Democrats or Republican. It doesn't matter to me. It's all matters to me is the district. It's everybody deserves to be successful in their own profession or in their own life.
Yeah, that's great. And one of the things that you very well have impressed me tonight. I can't vote for you because I'm down here by the emphasis in Marion
Come
County.
on,
I
you
got
can
the
move.
seven.
You can move before April, and I think April 9th is you can register to vote here.
I'll sell you a house.
I feel like doing it though. I think I'll go pack after the show and start loading everything up. Move to Beverly like the hillbillies. So, well, we're getting close to the end, and so when we usually do the conspiracy theory, and I know Tiffany, this is going to break your heart. We're not going to do the conspiracy theory because we want Raju. What's that?
Are we doing makeup tips?
No, we're not doing any. We're not doing any of that stuff. We're trying to be serious with our contestants. I mean, with our contestants, with our candidates here. Contestants with our victims.
That was good.
So we're trying to, do that. So next week
feel
we have.
personally attacked.
Well,
no conspiracy theory.
I know.
Like
well,
I'm a
you
tit
can
for
save
tat.
it up. You can do two next time.
Against Lucy because you always win. We're
Yeah.
we're making it more equitable.
Yeah, this is the only way we get it. We're going to call this a tie. So,
throw it out.
So Raju, I'm going to give you the last word here and give us your best parting comments because I've been very impressed with you, and I think the people in the fifth, if they don't vote for you, they're missing out on something. But I'm biased because you're the only person from the fifth to come to our show, so I'm quite impressed. So go ahead, take us on out.
Thank you, John. I appreciate this, and I enjoyed discussing all of you. And of course, Tiffany is my good friend, known for a long time. Lucy, nice to meet you. I hope I can get from you one of the gold currency. Brad, we love to have a catch up with an Anderson, Alexandria, with a Budweiser maybe sometime. I keep coming to Anderson. Love to have a beer with you sometime.
Oh yeah, totally.
Do they have beer in the library?
Yeah,
I mean.
That's Brad is a librarian. He works at the Alexandria
I don't have that many strings I can pull.
So, John, again, my last word is I'm a husband for 28 years now. Father for 25 years. My son is going to be 25 next month. I'm a businessman. I'm a community leader. I'm a political advocate for both. Actually, I started helping both parties, Democrat as well Republican, to younger generation to involve in the party. I started diversity into the Republican Party in Hamilton County in a long time ago. I was a speech language pathologist practiced in central Indiana, seen more than 50,000 patients, mainly old age individuals with the swallowing and speech and cognitive disorders. I'm an international economic advisor that brought the foreign direct investment from India to Indiana, alternative to China. Many politicians talk about China, but nobody has done anything. I am the only candidate who helped 150 companies go to India and do alternate finding so that they can manufacture there. And we have increased the trade between Indiana and India $1.3 billion, 6,500 jobs. We get 10,000 students from India to Indiana. This all work I started as a volunteer, not as my profession. I have 2 master's degrees, 1 master's degree in speech language pathology and audiology. I have a master's degree in business administration from Indiana Wesleyan University from Marion. In 1999, I graduated. I helped many mayors across the country, across the state, including Mayor Ballard, Mayor Brainerd, Mayor Lenahope in Cummins. I served on many committees. Right now I serve in Carmel as a member of Mayor's Advisory Commission on Human Relations. I'm also the president of Carmel Midtown Community Development Corporation. I have worked in the Republican Party for 21 years. I come from a President Reagan's era. I was born and raised during that time. I started volunteering in Republican Party in Indiana during Mitch Daniels was running for governor. I worked with the 3 governors, Governor Mitch Daniels, Governor Mike Pence, and Governor Holcomb. I also worked with the Democrats in Marion County when I lived there working with the Mayor Ballard. I get along with them very well. When the things needs to get done, I don't have any problem texting them and having a dinner or coffee with them. I received the 2 awards, 2 Sagamore of the Wabash Awards in the state of Indiana, highest awards given by 2 governors, Governor Mike Pence and Governor Holcomb. I'm also the receiver of a President's Lifetime Achievement Award in 2022. So these all are my achievements. Why I am running, I already told you. My main mission is to develop the district, help the constituents, build a strong community in the 5th district, support small businesses, create reform economic, and empower cities and counties to create more jobs, because government does not create jobs. Government provides the infrastructures for businesses to create more jobs. Help and support small businesses. I want to build a state-of-the-art hospital for veterans in the 5th district so that they don't have to travel any other places, because Marion VA Hospital is not one of the best hospital. It's one of the old hospital. We can demolish whole thing and we can build a brand new state-of-the-art hospital so that it can serve next 150 years. My slogan is stop stealing from next generation. We are using too much from next generation. We are not leaving anything from next generation. We are spending too much money, too much taxation, too many regulations. Congress is the worst enemy for any small businesses because they keep on increasing regulations and regulations and regulation. People say, why did the healthcare costs go up? Healthcare costs go up because of the regulations. There are more administrative people in the hospital than the providers, nurses and doctors, because in order to comply with the regulations. I know how to get the things done. I want to make sure every child gets education. No child left behind. It's a very important education, education, education. Education is only one can provide the job opportunities. If I did not have job education, I would not have come here. My grandma, who never went to school, she made sure that my dad got education. He became the school teacher, and he make sure that we got education.
So I'm going to ask, what are you going to do the next 2 years? Because that's a long list of things to get done there. But after listening to you speak, I agree. It looks like, is he frozen, everybody? Did he like freeze on the camera?
It's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, really. It is the
I'm
Victoria's,
waiting just to see like
he just stuck right there.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the most dramatic.
Why aren't we doing conspiracy theory?
Because he's a candidate. I don't know. I don't have anything, and it's sort of long.
There's enough for all of us every single day.
He's back. So that was pretty dramatic. That was almost like Ed. When Ed left, he just said, "Spirit Island been gone." He was gone. So I'll tell you what, we could do conspiracy theory, but let's go ahead and bid Raju goodbye, and then.
So I just want to give my website, rajuforcongress.com. I am Raju. I'm for you. I'm always available if somebody wants to meet and have a coffee anywhere in the district. As I travel, I recently have a RV that goes on the streets. So if you spot RV with the Raju banner on it, so you can take a picture and post it on your social media.
I put it on the intro. I put it on the intro there. And Raju, you can go back through the comments and you can add in your website for that. If I was any better at hosting, I would have that up for you, but I don't. So
Raju, when is your next event in Hamilton County?
We are working on it. I think we have some events coming up.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Good. Well, so we're going to bid you, we don't want to ruin your career. You've done so well to this point, and we get you in here for a conspiracy theory and you go out and then, it'd be all our fault. I'd feel bad for like 30 or 40 seconds. It'd just be terrible. So anyway, thanks for coming on, Raju. This has been very good. I learned a lot, and I saw Lucy nodding her head a couple times, and even Brad was impressed. So
yeah, Brad, you can tell all your friends vote for me. Lucy, you tell all your friends to vote for me. Tiffany, you tell all your friends vote for me in the primary. I'm going to make it on May 7th, and we are going to celebrate. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Hope to see you again. Bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
So there you go. I'll tell you what, that dude's. He didn't look like he's 80 years old, but he's done enough stuff in his life that he should be about 80. Yeah. That's how I feel some days about how all the stuff I do.
being a volunteer and being able to get that international investment in Central Indiana, that's huge. Because, like, you know, I volunteer and I get canned goods, but you know, both are equally important. But to be able to have that kind of influence, that's huge. As a
Well, and you know, to come here with like anybody that comes here with 2 suitcases, I mean, that's the exciting adventure. But you know, to get here and then to talk with all those people that he's talked to and to do all this work in there, I think that's somebody that we really need and need to represent us. And I really like the fact that he was concerned with District 5. I mean, you don't hear politicians talk about they talk about all these grandiose programs and things and all that. So, Brad, maybe you need to have a thing up there at the library, like you know, Raju. Oh, I forgot I got a better slogan for him. Raju for you. I went to IU.
You're so
He
silly.
can do that if he wants.
You know,
Yeah.
John,
We won't vote for him.
we have a lot of solid candidates running in the primary for that congressional seat. So maybe
Reach out to him.
maybe they will hear that you had Raju on, and they will come forward to spend some time with us. So
I'm working on that. I'm working on some governor ones. I talked to Brad Chambers folks, Braun. I talked to the Braun guy and and obviously Curtis. He was on Greg Merriweather and on WIBC today, so he should come on. I wanted to do a thing called 15 minutes of fame. Give each of the candidates 15 minutes on the mouthwash and let Lucy just run them through the ringer to see what comes out.
it's going to be pre-recorded. Okay, they will probably send you a video.
Oh yeah, right. Well, the brave ones will come on, and you know, lately Curtis he's been pretty good lately, and so they did a little straw poll down there, and Crouch and him came out on top.
So I know on March 11th, there's another governor debate going on. I think it's at the Palladium. Those are always very interesting. I encourage anybody who can get to it, who can get tickets to go see them. It's really nice to see the 5 of them on stage to see how they compare and contrast.
It's 6 now, isn't it? And Rittenhour on there.
Oh, yeah.
But Braun's not going to go to that. Is that right?
He will not be there. Rittenhour will be there.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is very interesting. This is like crazy to get 6 people running for governor. I can see it for the House because it's not that much. So yeah, 10. Okay, Lucy's just chomping at the bit. Here we go. Let's put this goofy guy on it.
What, Lucy?
Lucy's put her tinfoil hat up like she's saying. That's enough. So I don't know. Maybe that goldback's got to her. Hey, I got to play this.
Hey, y'all. It's time for the conspiracy theory, so you better get your tinfoil hat out and let's see what's going on this week.
You guys are killing me. I thought I lost one of my antennas, but they're just really. Oh, crap. They need some Viagra or something on there. I think to make it go.
Brad needs his gum wrapper.
Yeah,
I know.
You know what? Ed was the same way. What's up with Democrats? They just don't want to. They don't believe in tinfoil.
He's so busy recycling.
It looked like he was cleaning the house or something during the show. Did you notice that? And then I thought he was burning incense for a while there. I don't know what the hell's going on with Brad.
No. Oh, we need the banner. Spiro wants the banner.
Oh yeah, he's trying to keep us all out of trouble. Oh look, yeah.
The banner covers me too.
In the live chat, that's hilarious. Is this what you want? Is that it? Okay, there we go.
It's more fun when you have misspelled words.
Oh yeah, I do. But I didn't butcher Raju's name. I seriously practiced since like Wednesday. I figured it out. So that's good. Brad. All right, Brad, since you're being such a smart aleck, you're going first.
Oh, okay.
Is that a new mask or an old mask?
I found it when I was like picking up stuff around the house.
Parking lot.
Like, I had moved like a dresser and it was behind it. But it hadn't been used yet. So this is like a new one.
I had a whole bunch on my gear shift.
God, this feels weird. I haven't worn one of these in so long.
Get used to it. We're getting ready for another election.
Right?
It snapped. I hate this. Never mind.
All right. What's your conspiracy? Install.
My conspiracy is that do you guys remember Tucker Carlson got all of the January 6th footage, right? From Kevin McCarthy?
Yeah.
Right? Like we all agree on that still?
I guess.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, but like, so what I heard though was that he actually did finally show it on Russian TV with Vladimir Putin just to review what the Capitol looks like on the inside.
Oh, so wait.
Sorry, it's not a funny one. It's more of like why? Yeah, a lot of bad things can happen.
Those darn Ruskies are going to get over there and get a tour with the guy wearing that buffalo helmet. That's what's going to happen there. Sort of scary, but hey, that's a pretty good one, Brad. Did you think of that all on your own, or did you have to internet that thing?
Oh no, I thought of it a little while ago. Just getting mad about stuff,
Did you have?
Yeah, that's good. So how's everything going at the library? Everything calmed down and cool and collected up there?
Oh yeah, like my library was fine. We never.
I know, but I'm just saying you never know when these things can break out. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, knock on wood.
They don't have the funding to have problems, I'm sure.
Ooh, that sounds like boasting to me. So anyway, Lucy.
Oh, no, their library has a ton of money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they
have like a sledding hill and stuff in the back. That place is nice.
So did people get to go sledding last weekend?
It's just
was the sledding hill good to go on last with the snow we had last weekend?
I don't know if people actually sled on it. It's more of just like I see a hill and I immediately think, why aren't we sledding?
Oh, okay. It's not officially a sledding hill. It's one that you would like to be one. So, okay. Well, you know how you work that? You go out there and start sledding down it. Others will do it. It's just unbelievable. It's like trash behind your house. You put out a little pile of trash, it'll grow into a big mountain of trash. It's just how it goes. Okay. Well,
there's no HOA.
Yeah. Okay, Tiffany, you're up. I'm saving Lucy for second to last if I can think of something here. I'm going to make something up on the fly. Maybe I'll do a combination of all of them.
So as you know, I am the #1 Bigfoot hunter in the state of Indiana, if not the United States, the continental US. And I just want you to know that there are many imitators of Bigfoot. So he is often replicated, duplicated, but I am committed to finding the real one because obviously I have not found the right one.
Well, it's like the NFL. They got that little sticker on them that says authentic NFL gear.
Right. So I'm going to have to start doing like some DNA swabs just to make sure that it's actually a true descendant of a Neanderthal and not somebody who's just like not shaved quite a bit. So the hunt continues. Wish me well, because it's easier to be an elected African-American Republican woman than it is to find the right man. So there you go.
Well, there's a lot of different things in that sentence there. So, okay, Lucy, you're on. It better be good after all this chomping you've done at the bit.
Well, let me chomp some more and put out my public service announcement that the only way to fight the New World Order is to create an entirely new system that's better so that everybody leaves the bad and goes towards the good. Not my idea. That was Buckminster Fuller. Buckminster Fuller. Why can I not talk tonight? Haven't been taking my lion's mane. I just want to give a shout out to those people that are with me, that are fighting. And for those of you who don't know the kinds of simple things that you should be doing for preparation, see, I'm John Galt, so I'm going to be out of here before this happens. The strike of the mind is something that's actually already happening. Good people are leaving. They're leaving this country. They're trying to take their assets with them and basically escape what's coming. So for those of us who don't have the financial means to leave, I want to urge you to buy silver, buy gold, buy silver rounds. If you can get Canadian maple coins, then you should get those. Those Canadian coins are 0.9999 silver, and you can make colloidal silver with those.
So how
Now's
much
the time.
cost for one of those? How much is one of those worth?
They're about $35 right now, each.
For the people in the cheap seats, what else should we be doing to prepare?
Well, you should. I mean, one of the things that you really should be doing, a lot of people don't think about this enough, but I'm going to shout it out because it's tax time. You can have some sort of home-based business, which you can take deductions from, and using those deductions lower your tax bill, and do it legally with every loophole that you can possibly find, because the more money that you keep in your pocket is the better money that you can have for your family. Now, I used to live in Hamilton County. Now we live out in the country, but when we lived in Hamilton County, we made sure that we had go bags in our vehicles. And if you haven't thought about that for your family, you really need to have a preparation plan, because when things go down, you're probably going to be at work. Your kids are probably going to be at school. And so you need to figure out how it is you're getting home. When the cell phones don't work anymore, what kind of plans will he have put in place so that everybody knows what it is that they're supposed to do? What have you done for your family's defense at home, in your car? we literally have an invasion going on in this country right now. I'm a libertarian. I'm all about free immigration. We should be able to go and come as we please across the world. But I'm a very practical person that also believes that, we should, just like I know who's coming into my house when I invite them in, we need to know who's coming into this country and what their intentions are. And right now we have Chinese people that are being dropped off in Ecuador, and it's costing them about 12 grand to get up to the border and come in. Why do we have that? I love Chinese people. I love people from every area, but the only people that we seem to be getting are people of fighting age. Think about that. The Republicans are not wrong on this issue. So I just want you all to think about what it is you're doing and the investments that you're making in your future right now, because the biggest investment that you can make right now is to go out and spend 20 bucks on seeds. Go to Seed Treasures, go to
I got a whole cabinet full of seeds because of
rareseeds.com.
you.
Yeah, and fruit trees, seed nut trees. The Indiana Fruit and Nut Growers Association is an awesome organization I just joined, but a lot of people don't realize that our own DNR, Department of Natural Resources here in Indiana, the Forestry Division, will sell you trees. They will
Oh,
sell you trees for just a few bucks.
Yeah, there's a
Um,
sale you can look up online. They have a sale for that. But I'm
Hamilton
probably going to
County
be
Master Gardeners,
yeah,
last Saturday in May, look it up. You can go get some beautiful, beautiful plants for your garden. And
yeah.
those master
So
gardens are real
well,
experts.
I want.
So my
Well, you get
conspiracy
those little
theory
stuff
is
like
it's
the seeds.
coming.
Okay.
Prepare.
Yay. Thank you. I hadn't thought about getting like an almond tree,
I
something
don't
like that.
think
Well,
you can do an almond
almond
tree
trees are
here.
really
That's
not the best
that,
ones for
yeah,
around here.
they're
But
not
you know
going to
what?
work here.
Hazelnuts?
Well, I
Hazelnuts
thought
are
almond
beautiful.
grew like potatoes.
No, they grow in
No,
California.
Kidding, I just wanted
And
to
they,
okay.
they, they're like
they're
old people. They like
incredibly.
Florida and California warm weather. That's like, I want to be an almond tree when I grow up so I can move to California. So I'll probably be left out of this thing, Lucy, because I'm not, only preparation thing I have is preparation H. And that's about it. I don't have any other preparation. We tried to put some food in our freezer, that breaker tripped, and then we had to eat it all. So it was, that was ugly. So
Hey,
we're
and I'm going to put
canning now.
in one
We're
more thing
canning.
that a lot of people haven't thought of is when you think about the canning thing, canning is awesome. But what's even better is if you can get together with a couple of your neighbors and buy a freeze dryer and then just go
Well,
make your
I think it's
meals
like
and put
get
them in the
together with
freeze
a
dryer.
couple neighbors and just steal their food. I mean, why let them do all the work
They're
and
all
you go?
thinking that about you too. I know the
Yeah, I
squirrels
know.
have been
Well,
stealing your chicken eggs
the
or
stinking
something.
squirrels. I got a war on squirrels going. I only caught 3 so far, but I
Oh,
caught them.
that's a conspiracy theory I forgot to tell you. The US government, and this is like actual
Is
stuff
this
that they
the
did, right?
actual conspiracy theory? I didn't
Yeah,
have to say, is there a question in here or something?
this is the conspiracy fact. So a lot of people don't know, but you could probably guess that during the Great Depression, that people who had never hunted before had to feed their families. So they went out and they started hunting. The deer population was nearly exterminate, like literally deer were on the verge of extermination because there were so many hungry people. So don't let that happen to you. But what's going on right now, and if you put in zombie deer in your Google search, you'll discover that the government, in order to protect you, because it's all about protecting you and making you safe, they aerosolized vaccines and specifically rabies vaccines and others, and treated millions and millions of wildlife. And so now the deer have zombie deer disease like you've never seen before. So I wonder if this is the deer equivalent of the C jab. I won't say anything else because I don't know where we're streaming and where you might get banned
We
from.
will be on
Um, but
YouTube.
I would urge you all to go get 2 female rabbits and a male rabbit and start breeding rabbits. It's the best ROI that you can possibly get on meat. They're silent. Their poop is like the best thing ever for your garden. It's not hot. You don't have to let it sit for a year in compost like you do with chicken manure because the high ammonia, you can like literally go put it on your plants. I mean, they're just little compost making machines.
I thought they're like
And
little raisins. You can eat them as raisins too if you want. I
Lucy,
mean,
do you have rabbits? Do you have like sheep or goat too?
not this year.
Not this year.
Maybe
the
maybe
chickens
later
got
this
all.
year.
Don't bring that up,
Chickens.
Tiffany. The chickens all got ate by a critter.
Yeah,
So
we gotta
that's
start over with chickens, and we're gonna
no
be doing
more.
rabbits as well. Rabbits
And
are
you can
rabbits
make
are
a
pretty
nice
easy.
jacket too.
What's
You can make a nice jacket.
Yeah, you know what though? Honestly, the best place to get rabbit pelts if you're looking for it is just go on Etsy. You can get them for 6 or 7 bucks a piece. The amount of manpower it takes to tan rabbit hides, it's unless you're looking for a hobby because you got nothing else to do.
Yeah,
It's
hobby.
actually it's
Oh, I
actually so
received and
intense.
absorbed that.
Yeah. Where did Brad go? He's just like the Irish
He went
setter
to
on
go
the
catch
show.
him. He
Right?
went to. He sees Elmer Fudd. He went to go get himself a
Yeah,
wabbit,
like I want to
a
get a
wassabi
wabbit.
wabbit.
I'm going to get a now. So here's my conspiracy. This has something to do with the live chat. This is my conspiracy theory. So we got let's see, we got Shannon Sierra in the live chat, and we got Slick Witty. They are just going to go on a date together. They're actually going to go on a date. It's going to be a love hate date. It's going to be a love hate date. They're going to go on this date, and I predict that they're going to get married and have 2.5 kids and raise rabbits for their pet Bigfoot that actually is related to Putin. So I tied it all together, the whole bunch of it. That's my conspiracy theory. I'm sure that the live chat hates me now, but that's okay. Brad, hey, nice to have you back. Did you?
Sorry,
That Bud Light had to go somewhere.
I broke the steel earlier, and
That's okay.
you know, we were going on an hour 20 at that point. That's
I
a
know
long
it
time,
was.
man.
We are a little bit long, but it's been fun. It's fun having everybody back on because last week we had the Valentine's thing, and the ladies did very well. And Tiffany, your tiff talk was quite well received, and Lisa didn't wreck the show. So next week we have Jay Hart coming on, and Jay Hart's running for Senate against Rod Bray, the Senate Pro Tem in Indiana, and it's just been interesting so far. Well, and Jay's been on our show probably maybe 2 years ago, because we're on show 160. Who would have ever thought we made it that long? It's just crazy. So, and then for another side note, the Spirit airline stock is going up right now. So, just saying, they must be doing something right for a day or two. So, anybody else got anything they want to talk about before I run this thing off the cliff?
Spiro here, he is giving us true knowledge and information when he says, "Bring back Tiff Talk." Look at that.
Oh, bring back tips. Well, he needs some skin moisturizer tips for sure.
That cocoa butter going.
Like dating advice, butters. I mean, yeah, butters and oils to use on the skin, overall beauty tips. We can even get into like self-care, mind, body type stuff. There's so many things that you can do at Tiff Talk.
That is true. Well, I tell you what we should do. So, Cassie's got that show on earlier. Maybe I just slip it in there.
No,
I'm just kidding. I said that was a terrible joke. I'm sorry. I came up with this number for just such an emergency. I'm sorry about that. I say, boy. So anyway, that's enough for this show. It's been fun. Be prepared for next week. And hey, Tiffany, if you see any of those other Republicans want to come up there, I thought that Raju did a very good job tonight. I mean, were you impressed?
He really did. There's a couple of so I saw Robbie Slaughter last night. He came to our Fishers GOP meeting. I'm sorry, he came to the Fishers City Council meeting, and he talked a little bit about nonpartisanship and working together. And he reminded folks that he's running as an independent several times for Congress. So he would probably be somebody that you could get on.
He got to get all those signatures for that?
7,000.
Has he got them?
I don't think so. Not yet. I don't know when the.
Well, he needs to get on this show and get his signatures, because you know how we love to get people's signatures.
Well, do you have his contact?
No.
Okay, we'll find him. Hold on, watch. Robbie Slaughter. He'll call you.
Sort of an unfortunate name, Robbie Slaughter. It'd be good if you owned rabbits.
Yeah, he will contact you tomorrow.
You think so? Okay, good. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for another fabulous show and all that good stuff. And it just was fun. We always have fun, don't we? And nobody got hurt. Let me find the exit here. So, okay, see y'all next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Adios, amigos. Yeah!